from the city-states of Eorzea to the distant land of Terrell and all of Atheris via the magic of podcasting. This is episode 69 of A Podcast Reborn, a show celebrating our journey in the past, present, and possible future.
See, I restrained myself.
I'm going to kill you, Brandon. This episode is being recorded on Sunday, June 8th of 2025. The following podcast may contain mature language and will contain spoilers for recent content in the game. You have been warned. My name is Brian Black, otherwise known as Ro, and yes, I was contractually obligated to use the episode title you see on your podcast app. Also, I blame Brandon. With me, as always, are my two wonderful co-hosts. First off, we do have our blogger, machinist, D&D fan, and a man who is so good at punslinging that he's not too good, he's three good. Hi, Brandon.
Sorry. This entire intro has thrown me completely off.
It's a dumpster fire, and you don't even need to talk about dumpsters. Please continue.
Okay. Let me see if I can get through this without cracking myself up. Did you guys hear that Wooklamont is responsible for ending the 7th Astral Era?
I mean, I'm sure half the internet believes it, but
yeah.
Why?
Don't ask me how, but somehow she's ushered in the 8th Umbral Calamity.
That's so stupid.
Okay. It flew. Okay, I apologize. This one has flown over my head. I may have not heard exactly what you said.
Calamity is her nickname.
Calamity.
Calamity. Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
I'm just gonna start calling her Calamity now every time she fucks up, which is a lot.
Oh, come on. She hasn't fucked up in a couple patches.
Okay. She fucks up affectionate. You know, like, she's, what is she doing? Her best. Okay?
That voice, of course, is our resident Chaos Gremlin, Savage Raider, webcomic creator, and a cat mom who recently finished watching a pair of popular anime butt cheeks, Titanic ones at that. Hi, Megan.
Oh God. Okay, so chapter 3 is out now, so haha.
Of Attack on Titan.
No, of my webcomic, because last time I was like, oh, maybe I won't even have chapter 2 done by the time we can record next, but chapter 3 is up. Chapter 4 comes out this week. It'll probably be up by the time the podcast comes out. They come out on Tuesday. So, yeah, I'm doing the thing. But as far as fucking Titan butt cheeks, oh my God. So you guys don't watch anime, right? Or like, have either of you seen Attack on Titan?
I am familiar with Attack of Titan, and I've seen some episodes, yes.
I've seen clips on YouTube. That's about the limit of what you're going to get out of me with this one.
Okay. What you need to know about Attack on Titan is that it has unfortunate fascistic overtones that are like way deeper than I realized on first watch through. And I thought they were really bad on the first watch through, so that's no good. But what's funny about Attack on Titan is that it is an extremely grim, dark series wherein like, oh, everybody's dying and there's gore and it's scary and all this stuff. And it is, for sure. But the titular Titans are like giant naked people. They have no personalities. It's basically like giant zombies, but they have no genitals. But they do have butt cheeks. So during all these very serious and harrowing things that are happening, there's just these giant round butt cheeks like all the time in like every other shot. And I'm trying to take this very seriously, okay? Like this is grim dark, all right? Shit's happening, shit's going down. There's so much booty. Why are they so cheeked up? I like so many of the Titans, especially like the Titans that we see a lot, just have they have bubble butts. They have extremely defined booties, and I'm just sitting there, doing the fucking the Genbu pose of like got my fingers tented in front of me, just like I'm trying. I'm trying so hard.
From what I heard, that anime is popular with a lot of scientists.
Oh God.
Apparently, a lot of astronomers.
Oh God! Look, I would say watch like the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan. There's a very specific endpoint where I would say stop watching, but if I say it, it's kind of a spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, don't watch season 4. It's kind of a fucking mess. I could go on a whole rant, but it's all about season 4, so it's all like super spoilery, and it's all like, why is this so?
We'll save that for the bonus episode.
All right.
Yeah, the disclaimer doesn't say the following podcast contains mature language and spoilers for Attack on Titan.
It's been a year, goddammit!
All right,
Which
so
is no excuse because I've only just now watched the final season, so being like, you guys should have watched it by now, and I like just watched it. Yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Speaking of just watching things, just about 24 hours ago, I finished just watching, and by watching, I mean watching and not really playing, the recent Manderville quests. I mean, yes, technically I watched them on my character, but I didn't feel like I did a whole lot. But Manderville quests are usually more just watching and not really doing anyhow. That said, that was part of the content that came out in 7.25. We have Manderville quests. We have new society quests for the Mamuk, the Mamuja. And we have, of course, the Occult Crescent, which is the exploration content like Eureka and Baja that everyone has been foaming at the mouth for. And there's definitely a lot of different opinions about this content. Before we deep dive into all of this, I just kind of want to, but before we get into detail, I usually toss out this whole, how would you rate it 1 to 10 without telling me why? And what do you think of Occult Crescent? Just as it is, I mean, don't necessarily compare it to stuff that's come before, because I really think while it's similar, it is a different beast of its own. Brandon, how would you rate it from 1 to 10?
I don't know that I can fairly rate it because I've only unlocked it and done like the initial exploration before you actually go into the instance area. And I haven't really set foot in there yet because I've been trying to find a time with some of my my friends who also play FF14 to kind of go in there together, because I've heard that like Baja, it's not particularly solo friendly. So based on that and what I've heard about it, I guess I can just give it an average of 5.
Okay. Megan, how would you rate it?
I give it like a 7. Like, if this is your bag baby, this will really be your bag baby. If you want an example of someone who's this is their bag, you could just ask Ward about it, because good lord, he is enjoying himself very, very much. This is the man who like 100%ed Eureka and Boja, and like right now, basically the way that I'm experiencing Occult Crescent is I log on, Ward tells me where to go, I teleport there, I jump on his mount, we do a physical engagement, and then we return back to base. Then he goes, teleport here, we teleport there, I jump on his mount, and we run to a critical engagement, and that's basically all that I'm doing. We did a little bit of like mob farming too, but not nearly as much. But I will say I do enjoy the critical. I love content that I could just like log on, do a little bit, and then log off. Like that's my fucking bag baby. I'm not usually really big on like the like running around to fates and critical engagements and stuff. That really reminds me of Boja. Like that was my Boja experience. The one thing I really miss that we had in Boja was being able to level alt jobs.
Thank you.
I'm not. The what are they called? The weird jobs that we get?
The phantom jobs.
The phantom jobs. They're fine. They're okay. I like having. I'm leveling up Knight, so I can be like, please God, do not die. Like, give me the heal and the damage reduction and all that. But like so far, they're not really like anything super duper cool, and that's why I'm rating it like a 7. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. I really like all the treasure chests that are around. I'm finding all kinds of random shit. Like, that's really cool. Like, I got a friggin' like the quadrille vest like the fancy floofy vest.
Mhm.
Like those things are expensive, and they're really expensive now because nobody's making them anymore. So just like get to pick that up off the ground. Hell yeah, motherfucker!
Are they expensive though?
I don't know. I haven't looked. They were last time I looked.
I think you may find yourself in for a bit of a shock if you actually look up what the price of almost anything that drops out of a treasure chest in.
Well, it just
in a-
started now. Oh, okay. So now it's cheap, but whatever. It was expensive.
So,
Uh,
Put it this
but-
way, there is a shark mount. There is a shark mount that is relatively new. Drops out of treasure chests. Take a guess of how much you can buy that shark mount for on my server.
100K.
Okay.
Try 12,000.
Oh my
Jesus.
god! Holy shit! Okay, I'm coming to your server.
Yes, seriously, I want a shark. What the heck?
Oh my god!
Also,
Yeah.
Megan, I just want to say the main thing I derived from your entire I'm trying to think of a word to say it, speech, I guess, about
Mhm.
a Cold Crescent is that you mounted Ward and now you two got engaged. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're married in every way. It's so funny. We've started playing, or did you know there's like a new server up for like Ragnarok Online? Like you could just go play it. We were like looking through the like FAQ and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, and you could get married. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to get video game married to you again.
How many times have you been video game married?
Oh god. We always video game marry like our alt characters, and especially if we're RPing them. And also, like, do you count like in WoW where we couldn't officially get video game married, but our characters are video game married? Oh, geez. Oh, God. More than 10 times.
That tracks.
Like, you put the WoW in there, it's just like, oh, shit. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, God.
I can't convince Karen to play this game. I already told her that if she ever does and like actively gets through like the level at which you have to be in order to do it, to pull it off, first thing we're doing is getting married. And yet somehow that's not enough to convince her to play. I don't know what else I can do.
Yeah.
It's so fun. The little ceremony. I love the Final Fantasy get married ceremony. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's so great.
It's adorable.
And it's so fun. Like, you get to invite all your friends, and they get to watch a little cutscene.
Being able to customize some bits of it's kind of cool.
I love it. I love it. We had the Moogles for our mains, but if you're like real deep in the RP, you can like have like a Hellenic priest to do it. You know, if you don't want to fly around.
I actually quote unquote officiated an in-game wedding for a couple of friends of mine, and when I popped out of the cutscene, she's absolutely terrified of all the costume heads, like the freaking oh god, the Tonberry. Thank you, brain for getting that. Suck. So after they popped out of the cutscene, I'd switched to the Tonberry hat, and she I saw the little cutscene thing disappear, and she just shrieked.
So my rating for Occult Crescent is probably, I guess, a 7's about fair. It's weird because I played quite a bit of it. I have 4 Phantom Jobs mastered as of today out of like 14. I only need 4 more pieces of Demi-Atma to finish the first step of the relic weapon.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I have knowledge level 20.
Jesus.
So
you've been playing more than Ward.
I mean, I've been playing a fair bit of this content. This is like one of the key things I was looking forward to. And at the same time, it's like, it's really complicated to talk about this because I feel like I'm not having a bad time, but I guess the best way to put it is it doesn't feel like there is much in the way of innovation outside of the Phantom Jobs. And otherwise, it's pretty much, if you've seen Baja, you've seen Eureka, it takes different pieces of each one of those and and there you go. The general concept is there. And the Phantom Jobs is really what makes this area stand out as far as like what it's doing differently. And the Phantom Jobs, both I'm hyped for them, but I'm also frustrated as fuck about how they have this thing set up, and I will explain why. So, when I first went into this, like before this thing even launched, I had asked you guys like, "Hey, what Phantom Job are you leveling first?" Or like, "What Phantom Job do you want to do?" And I think I remember telling you guys that I was kind of set on, probably Chemist or something like that. You just like a support thing. And Chemist is one of my master jobs. But I'm right now on Cannoneer. And once I have Cannoneer mastered, I'm going to go to another Phantom job. And that's kind of the frustrating thing. Because the way the system is set up, if you master a job, you get a buff, which makes your overall damage and healing potency stronger. So you are encouraged to master as many jobs as possible.
Well, yeah, and also what's going to kind of be like requirements for doing the raid when we get to that.
I mean, yeah, possibly, but and also the raid has a triple triad card, so fucking you had to put a triple triad card in the raid. So yeah,
with us. Come raid with us, bro.
Yeah, clearly I'm committed because there's a triple triad card in the raid. But the thing is, committed. I wanted to focus on one or two Phantom jobs, and the master abilities, like the final abilities that you can unlock for each of these jobs. Each of them are pretty cool. But here's the thing: until you are quote unquote done leveling your Phantom jobs, you never get to use those master abilities because you're always working on a different Phantom job to level up, because the more Phantom jobs you master, the stronger your overall power becomes. So it's like, why even have abilities that unlock at the last level when you are never going to have an opportunity to use them until you decide that you have enough stacks of that buff? It is, I mean, yes, what people may say that like, oh, that's tough decisions is good game design. It's like, that's debatable. The thing is, I obviously want to have my cake and eat it too. I just feel like I think the fix would have been to allow us to have access to the let's say you unlock the final ability of a Phantom job. I think if you had access to the final ability of any Phantom job of your choice while you're on any other Phantom job, I'd feel a whole lot better about the design of the system. Right now, it's kind of like, oh boy, I'm leveling these jobs and unlocking abilities that I will never use until I've leveled every Phantom job, because yes, I'm going to master every fucking Phantom job, because of course I am, because I'm a completionist like that when it comes to this fucking content. So I'm the content's good. The content's fun. It's different than Bozja and Eureka in that you're like running from critical engagement to critical engagement like all the time, and you're not really fighting mobs unless you're trying to farm gold. But it's all right. I'm just it is missing something, and it's hard to describe what.
Yeah. I hope that like when we actually get to do it, the big raid at the end, it'll feel cool. But it does seem like we're leveling up all these jobs just to be able to do the raid at the end.
The raid. So I hear the raid is slightly tougher than Baldessian Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. And like we're gonna have to have all of our Phantom job buffs, and we're gonna have to like use specific Phantom jobs for certain things. I'm sure of that. And there's gonna be a lot of like, hey, we have enough Cannoneers, change to whatever.
Oh, and that's another thing about Cannoneer. So apparently the meta for farming gold currency in this place is to have 6 warriors and 2 healers and everyone on Cannoneer.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh.
The fact that there is a meta farming method like that annoys me. It's like, of course, I mean, it's not like, of course, there was going to be a meta like that, but I'm a little irritated that I feel like when people are looking for gold farming groups, there's going to be this expectation of, all right, switch to warrior or healer. Do you have cannoneer? No? Okay, bye. So instead, when it comes to me and gold farming, I'm likely going to be solo gold farming and doing it the slow, monotonous, very inefficient way because I can't be bothered to level warrior. Technically, I have summoner at 100, so I guess technically I could switch to frickin' scholar and be on scholar cannoneer. But is that what is fun for me? Not really.
Oh man. I've been debating going scholar just because I eat shit so often.
Yeah, that's that, and what Megan touched on, the inability to level jobs by just kind of, grinding away inside Cult Crescent was a kind of an immediate like, well, there goes my primary motivation for wanting to get in here. I guess now I just have to see if the story's worth it to, focus on all this grinding. Otherwise, I'm not really sure I see a point to doing this.
Yeah, I need to do the fucking weapon grind, which, oof.
Yeah, there's the relic weapon grinds is going to be the main pull for most people. And then there is a gear set that you can get. There is some glamour to go after. Of course, there's some mounts to go after and stuff like that. There are goals, there are rewards, but I'm predicting, at least at this point, unless they go a lot deeper and add a whole different level to this in future patches, I don't think that this is going to have the same pull of Eureka or Bajja. I kind of liken this to a good analogy for this is, the most recent deep dungeon, Eureka Orthos.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people still do the Palace of the Dead and they do Heaven on High, and you see people do that more frequently than they do Orthos. And I feel like it feels like that's going to kind of happen with this content. Of course, this is very early. This is me making a lot of assumptions, and they may make some adjustments and changes to this in 7.3 for all I know. I mean, there's a live letter coming up in a couple of weeks. I don't know if they're going to mention any feedback right then and there, but we may find out a little bit more about what's happening with the content then.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels a little bare bones, but at the same time, I also haven't unlocked everything, so it's also just like, I feel like they're just giving us things to like put on a podcast, put on a YouTube video, and just grind our faces off.
It is very good podcast listening It is a very good podcast listening activity. You can it's definitely something where you can just watch something or listen to something and just do things and fights and stuff. I would suggest not doing that when you're learning the CEs for the first time, but once you have the abilities and stuff learned and down, it's pretty much rinse, wash, repeat. Yes.
Yeah. Which, I feel like the same about like the moon.
Yeah.
It's like, I just feel like grinding something. It's like, well, why? Like, I don't know. I just do.
I logged into. I'm not doing moon stuff every day, but I logged on to the moon yesterday to get a little progress done. I remember when that content first came out a few weeks ago, and how many people were on the servers and instances. Yesterday, there were 3 instances, and the first one had 8, the second one had 5, and the third one had 2.
Oof.
Jeez.
Now, when they get enough progress to get one of those big fates going on to improve the stuff, then there's like this big call to arms and people get everyone from the server together and the things are still getting done and progress is still getting made. But people have definitely for the most part, done what they've wanted to do there, and really it's only kind of like the hardcore people are still there to, like, get a relic for everything at this point.
Yeah, I leveled up to the cap 3 jobs I could use to do the Wachumeki Meki quests, and I was about to start leveling up the gatherers so that I could, gather things necessary to craft for those. And then I'm like, oh yeah, the Mamul Jaw dailies are coming out like next week is when I thought about this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold off until they're available.
Yeah. Also, Memo Jaw dailies also have triple triad cards, so.
Hey, at least those are easy.
Oh yeah, that's like 5-10 minutes in and out. Those are pretty easy gathering.
Yeah, and the story is interesting at least.
It is, and actually, I think it's one of the better society storylines. It's like half of the stories when it comes to society quests, half of the stories I've just been kind of meh about, but this one has caught my attention, intrigued me a little more than the others. I don't know if I can exactly pick out why, but I'm more engaged with it. Another thing, story-wise, that came out is the Manderville quests.
I don't understand why you hate them so much.
Because I hate Hildebrand Manderville, and I was disappointed that Hardaboiled was not just Hildy with brain damage.
But he's smarter than Hildy.
Yeah, which is probably one of the few points in his favor. He still looks like him, though. Ugh.
Oh my god, no he doesn't. He looks like an older version of him.
Close enough that I don't care.
I don't know what you're talking about. They clearly don't look anything like each other.
Oh my god.
I don't know why you think they do.
Look, Hardaboiled not being Hildebrand was a colossal disappointment for me, because I was just thinking, how long can they get this whole joke of like, oh, he's Hildy but competent. Wait, no, don't fix him, please. But then they, oh, look, we actually found Hildy. He's been in stasis since under the dome for, 30 odd years, however long it's been. Well, that's disappointing.
And he's ready to dance.
Yeah. So now I will give them credit. Hardaboiled does have a kick-ass gun. I really want that thing.
Yes.
You didn't think Hardaboiled was cool when he was like shooting the gun in slow motion, like dodging lasers and shit?
That was pretty cool. That was the highlight of the quest for me. But the rest of the time, I was just like, "Am I done with this? Can I put this on hold until the next major patch? I mean, sub patch of a major patch."
I found it interesting that they tied things to Yue Yawata Station, which was, that was content that we unlocked with the MSQ. And
I will say, the fucking zombies in there don't mess around. They look horrifying.
Yeah, those are
Resident Evil as fuck.
Well, we were like zooming in on them because I remember being creeped out by them during the quest, but I don't think we ever like got really up in their faces. And I was looking at them, I'm like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And then of course we make them all dance.
Yeah, of course.
Well, yeah.
We've got the fucking the gentle dead men leader.
Yeah. I wonder how that would play out though if you hadn't done that dungeon yet. Because you only need to finish the main MSQ, like the 7.0 MSQ, to do the Hildebrand stuff. So I wonder what kind of dialogue options there would be for someone who's done that but hasn't done the 7.1 MSQ. Like how that would even work.
I don't know. Did they even mention that place? Like, do we have the option to say something like, "Oh yeah, I've actually been inside this place before"?
I don't think so.
Not really. No.
Yeah, then I imagine it's probably not all that different if you haven't gotten that far, which is a bit disappointing. I always really like it when the game acknowledges, hey, I've done this thing before, rely on my expertise in this given moment. And frankly, I think they could stand to do a hell of a lot more of that kind of dialogue implementation. But in this instance, I don't know that it really ever came up.
Well, I mean, we really wouldn't know unless we had a character that didn't go that far and see what the lines are. I would not be surprised if they have that stuff set for people who haven't gone that far. It's just something that most people are going to do 7.1 MSQ before they get that deep into Hildebrand. So it's a niche case.
Well, I am leveling my cat girl all through Dawn Trails MSQ now.
There you go.
I will try to get through it before our next episode and report back.
All right.
I make no promises, though. I have a bit of ADHD when it comes to alts in this game lately.
So Hildebrand stuff, I feel that the Hildebrand stuff this time was definitely more enjoyable than last stuff. It was not that was very long, but was longer than the one before.
Oh yeah, well, last time was literally like, who is this guy? I don't know. See you next time, Space Cowboy. I was like, what?
Yeah. This one had a little more meat to it. They definitely did some pretty interesting visual stuff. The whole by the way, we're going to say spoilers and fuck about this already. So if you haven't done it, skip ahead or whatever. But the part where Hildebrand it takes the shot and then is just like freaking gem. It's like, okay, someone's going Super Saiyan here.
That was so fucking funny. I found this one to be extremely funny, funnier than most of them. And I do find Hildebrand shit to be funny. But the whole fucking Michael Jackson Thriller dance in his goddamn underpants, I was losing my shit. I was laughing so hard. And the whole time I was like, I wonder if Sim's gonna like this, because it's not technically hardy boiled.
Nashu giving you an egg to give the hardy boiled.
Oh my god, the little femme fatale at the end of the bar thing gag is so funny. Oh my god. Every time. I love it. And I want that animation for my cat girls. Also, it was very funny to do this as a cat girl because it just felt like two cat girls bullying a man. We're literally she gives them the egg and then we're both like, we run off and peek around the corner.
And the scene where your character is temporarily that's tied to the egg scene. Your character is temporarily glasses and a trench coat and everything. I had a screenshot of that. It's yeah.
I had already. I am a weirdo who dresses up to do quests. So
you already have gear set. Yep.
I was already in my full private eye gear. Oh my god!
My character having the appearance that he does actually worked against me in that scene because I'm like, wait, why the hell's Godber here? Oh wait, that's me. Never mind.
Oh my god,
Dad. Is that you?
I have a little archaeological outfit for Occult Crescent. I have a fucking TI trench coat outfit. What's great is I got the sunglasses off of the last boss in the raid. There's a totally black version, and so they look like these big 60s cat eye glasses.
Oh wow. It's
so cute. Oh my god, she's such a cute detective. I love it. But yeah, I don't have any reason to wear that normally, but hell yeah, I'm gonna do it for the whole entire Hardy Boiled. I'm we're a team. We're open a detective agency.
I do hope that in 7.3 or 7.4, or at least at some point in Dawn Trail, that they give us a solo duty or some weird trial thing linked to this thing. Don't get me wrong, story is fun as hell and stuff like that, but it's more enjoyable when they give you a little more to put yourself in the action.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. It is literally just watching cutscenes. And they're not even voice acted, which is kind of meh.
Okay, random question here. I haven't even given this any thought. Who the hell would you have voice Hildebrand?
Oh my, I don't know. Some unknown. I have no fucking idea. Who could? It's sure, yeah, well, all right. It's very difficult to find somebody who could voice him, but
I have an idea. He would never do it.
I also have one that I don't foresee coming, but go ahead.
I know who my ideal would be, but yeah.
So in the Adult Swim cartoon Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, there was a man who played the voice of Phil Ken 7. His name, Stephen Colbert.
Oh my God.
That's much better than mine.
And I think Stephen Colbert could do a good Hildebrand talking about how to be a gentleman.
You know, he would be pretty good. See, mine is more I guess on the nose would be Patrick Warburton, I think is how you say it. He does the Tick. He did Crunk.
He's
did,
Crunk,
yeah.
I mean, I think of now I can't remember the character's name, but the cop from Family Guy.
Yeah, that's his like best known one, but I don't like Family Guy. So
Gotcha.
I refuse to acknowledge its existence.
Patrick Warburton was actually who I was thinking of, and then I had a backup idea that would kind of pair someone to also voice Nashu, and that's Sam Riegel and Ashley Johnson. just because of the chaos they could unleash in those roles, I think they'd have a ball with it.
Yeah, I could see Ashley Johnson as Nashu.
Yeah. And then just to complete the trifecta, you could bring in either Travis or Matt Mercer to do Hard-Boiled.
Oh my God.
Mercer for Hard-Boiled.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I think Travis Willingham could potentially pull it off.
Actually, Travis could do Hildebrand. I could see that.
I don't know about that one. I can't see that.
I mean, Hildebrand's a dumb gentleman guy. I mean, if you think about it, Bell was basically a older, dumb gentleman guy.
Frick, I forgot about Bertrand Bell.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, damn.
Bertrand Bell is definitely Hildebrand energy.
You're right. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about him. Okay, I retract my statement. He can absolutely do it.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Oh, Critical Role.
Oh.
See, we're Critical Role freaks, and you're an anime junkie, so.
Don't worry, I'll just tell you guys about fucking Attack on Titan later.
Come on, Megan, you're on our D&D podcast. You're obligated to like all the D&D stuff we like.
Well, sure. But previously I was told I had to listen to 90 hours of content. And then it was like, nah, we're not doing that. And I was like, oh, okay. Which also hilariously, I was listening to it on like 1.5 speed. So everybody's voice is like really chill in real life.
Yeah, I listen to most of my podcasts on 1.5 or greater speed, except for the ones I'm on, because it throws me off way too much.
You know, I've never listened to myself at 1.5. I should give it a shot, Julie.
It's terrifying. At least for me, it's terrifying.
I can only imagine.
I will say there are enough like deep voiced people that it's fine for at least the previous season of Plus 5 to hit.
So, is there anything either of you wanted to talk about that was like 7.25 related that we haven't talked about, or anything you've done that's been exciting with the new patch or whatever?
Nar.
No, I can't think of anything. I've been spending most of my time lately just logging in and running Mamul Jaw dailies just to, progress that story as fast as I can. I do have to agree with you. I think this is a better story, at least, especially than the Pelu Pelu one. The Pelu Pelu one is just kind of it's fine, I guess, but I feel like there was a much more. I feel like there were different alternatives you could go for the quote unquote battle tribe. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the Mamul Jaw one. It's very chill. It's all about, rebuilding bridges and just trying to make everybody's lives better. And I'm like, yeah, that's cozy. I can deal with this.
For sure.
I haven't done that stuff yet. I mean, I probably should. I have characters that I want to level, or like classes that I want to level. Because I still haven't done all the role quest shit.
Yeah, the role quests are... they're not as good as what we've had previously, but they're not terrible. I'll just say that.
I quick reminder to people, because I'm going to really try to get this out before Wednesday, June 11th. So if you're listening to this on the 9th or the 10th, remember the Make It Rain campaign ends on the 11th.
Oh,
so there is a triple triad card available through the quests. That a new triple triad card. It's number 9,999. I don't know how they're going to make that card available after the event. It would be weird if they have you buy a triple triad card as a microtransaction, but
Get wrecked, son.
it'd be the first time they did that. But yeah, don't forget to do the quest and get that card if you care about that stuff.
You've also got an emote. It's a very cute emote.
The emote's good.
Mm-hmm.
You go.
I have missed too many holiday events lately, and I need to get back in the swing of doing those. So thank you for the reminder.
Yeah. But then ahead of that, on the 20th is the next live letter. So, I mean, it's pretty much all the content that was going to be in 7.2 is now out. So, of course, now we're looking ahead to what is coming in 7.3. This is the first part as far as the live letter goes. They usually do these in two parts. So one like about 5 or 6 weeks out, and the other one about a week or so out from the patch coming out. So we're just going to get kind of like top level, just kind of overall overview of some of the general things we expect to see. I don't think they'll have a trailer or anything just yet. In general, what kind of stuff are either of you looking forward to learning more about as far as 7.3 goes, or just new stuff for the game in general?
Yeah, just story, I guess.
Yeah, we're not going to get much in the way of tidbits for story, and I mean the trailers are always full of cutscenes stitched together from different things so that you get all manner of red herrings. I think based on our conversations today, I'll be interested to see what they had to say about Occult Crescent, if anything, and also maybe they'll give us some hints as to what's going to happen next with Cosmic Exploration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Do you? I'm hoping they give us a reveal as far as to what areas of Final Fantasy 11 are going to be explored for the Alliance raid.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping for Chains of Promathia. Well, technically we had Prish, so that she's part of Chains of Promathia, but I want the end boss of this next set to be Promathia, because my gosh, the Promathia fight in Final Fantasy 11 the music's great. And if they do a remix of that music, if they do a modern mix of the Promathia music, I will buy that orchestrion roll so fucking hard.
What if you can't buy it? What if it's only a drop?
I will run that thing so many fucking times until I get it. That's how strongly I feel about that music. The Promathia boss music to me, it's not One Winged Angel, right? But in terms of nothing is One Winged Angel, but in terms of Final Fantasy 11 music, that was the One Winged Angel of Final Fantasy 11 music to me. It was the best boss music in that whole damn game, in the history of that game. Anyway, also kind of hoping that we find out that Blue Mage stuff is happening in 7.3. Because if Blue Mage stuff is happening in 7.3, then that gives us hope that Beastmaster is 7.4.
Yeah, I forgot we're supposed to get Beastmaster this expansion, aren't we?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, depending on what the content for that's like, because I spent an inordinate amount of time taming rare hunter pets in WoW. So
yeah, same.
I might actually be interested in a limited job for once.
That is literally the only reason that I am side-eyeing Classic Mists of Pandaria, because that had the best pet content in all of WoW. And I was obsessed with it when it came out.
My wife got insanely good at tracking all the hidden ones.
Okay, I had an add-on setup where you could put little marks on your map. And I had set out what the trails were on like each part of my map. And when I had downtime, I would just go walk the trails looking for footprints.
Oh,
and
wow.
and find them and pop them out and then like look, because I had tamed them all. I'd then look and see if there was like a horde hunter online and be like, hey, do you have this pet? Do you want to come get it?
Megan really enjoyed her pink bird named Taco.
Hell yeah, I did.
I'm not kidding. I
Yeah.
remember about. Here's the thing. It has been what, a freaking decade since the
Yeah.
podcast, and I still remember Megan and Ward talking about their pink bird named Taco.
Oh my god. Well, because that was the fucking hardest one to get, man.
Yep.
And I was going insane trying to get it. Because it has the tiniest footprints. It goes through water. It goes through long grass. It goes through like all this shit. It walks right past the raid boss, like where you can get shit cannoned. And like, oh my god, it was so difficult. And then like 2 patches later, they released pink cranes that you could just get on the Timeless Isle, and I was fucking furious.
There was that one. There was that one in the like the area where the main hub city was. I can't remember the name of it. They had that one that was like the stone, Asian lion that came in 4 different colors.
Yeah, that guy. I loved him.
Yeah, my wife and I were. We spent a lot of time looking for that thing and hoping and praying we got the green and gold one because that was the colors of the college where we met. And sure enough, she found one and immediately, oh, it's the green and gold one. Beautiful. Get it, babe.
Oh my god. I got all 4 of them, obviously. And that's the one that I would track the most because it was like right outside the hub.
Yeah. The shrines.
Yeah. And it was, not fucking Pachinetty. It was not super difficult to get. But yeah. I would literally like make little hunting parties with other hunters and be like, I know where that is. Let's go. I like, it was so much fun.
Very nice.
And I loved the spirit beasts. Like each of the little porcupine spirit beasts. Number 1, they were cute as fuck. They were like little gummy bear creatures. and number 2, the challenges to tame them were all really fun. And it was like you had to use your full hunter kit to be able to do it. It always came down to the fucking wire that you were going to get Shrek or you were going to get the baby. Oh, it was so good. I love it when it's not just like, is the rare spawn up? I loved the whole, like, doing all this crazy shit to get what you wanted.
That was the one I was never skilled enough to pull off. But any of the hidden ones, we got pretty good about finding those.
Oh my god, well, I mean, obviously I was fucking obsessed. Like that was my life for like the entire year.
All that is to say, Yoshi P, if you're gonna crib something from WoW again, this
pets. Cool pets.
Yeah, well, like I said, hopefully they do Blue Mage in 7.3, so that gives hope for 7.4 for Beastmaster. I don't think we'll get Beastmaster stuff as early as 7.3 though.
Why not?
I mean, like, it's fine to huff that hopium, but I put the odds of it happening. Let me put it this way: we will get an announcement about Persona 6, or we get an announcement about Beastmaster.
Oh man, surely I would think they'd prioritize that over updating Blue Mage, given that it's a feature they announced and haven't actually put in the game yet.
True.
Yeah, my prediction still stands.
Okay.
Speaking of predictions, here's a prediction I want you guys to make. This is relevant to 7.3. Now, with Endwalker being an exception, a very big exception, in all of the previous expansions prior to Endwalker, the 0.3 patch was basically the conclusion of that expansion's primary MSQ. And 0.4 and 0.5 MSQ content was supposed to be, it was basically in between content that was setting you up for the next expansion. Endwalker didn't do that. In Endwalker, it went from 6.1 all the way through 6.5. It was this whole self-contained story that was adjacent to other Endwalker stuff, but it was pretty much its own thing. So my question for either of you is 7.3 the conclusion to Dawn Trail. By that, I mean we wrap up all the primary Dawn Trail stuff. We have whatever final fight we have with, man, I'm forgetting the kid's name now. Did he have a name?
Oh,
Yes, but I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember his name.
It's been too long. I did the content.
Mr. Emo Boy, Mr. Computer,
Yes.
the iPad kid.
Evil L. It's basically L from Death Note, but evil. Okay. But
I don't get this reference.
So, is 7.3 the end of that, or are we going to see the story play through 7.5? Because I think that this is actually going to play through 7.5, and that the events at the end of 7.5 are going to basically kick off and take us into the next expansion. I think they're going to break from the tradition that they did in Shadowbringers and earlier. I think Endwalker was kind of a sign of how they're doing things going forward. So
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, either way.
I'm on board with you on this one. I think we're gonna get, like, maybe by the time the patch content's over, we'll say goodbye to Terral for a bit. But I think some of the major people we've dealt with are gonna continue. We're gonna continue on with them into the next expansion. That's my prediction. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
By the way, his name is
kid.
Calyx, by the way.
Calyx, there we go. But yeah, I don't think we fight Calyx at 7.3. I think that Calyx is either dealt with in 7.5, or he could be an antagonist for beyond that. I think that the story, wherever it's going to 7.5, at 7.5, shenanigans are going to happen with that key. It's going to open up a portal or access to another reflection, and that's where the next expansion is taking place.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm on board with that entirely.
I definitely think it's going to be some sort of other world travel, fucking shifty shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. We'll get isekai, baby.
And here's a really far out prediction. You know how each expansion kind of borrows elements from previous Final Fantasy games?
Mm.
The next expansion, whatever they announce for the next FanFest, the next expansion is going to have elements from Final Fantasy X.
Oh.
It's going to go Spirit-esque, baby.
The one I played, yeah. Oh, no, wait, that was 10-2. I played 10-1. I played 10-1, but I fucking...
10 and 10-2 are the same world. 10-2 was a direct sequel, so...
Well, but 10-2 was would you like to play dress up? And I was like, hell yeah, motherfucker!
Man, what if they tied glamour to special abilities?
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Look, I want a pop star job, okay? I'm ready. What can I do for you? I can't hear you. I still know the full fucking song, okay?
So you're telling me that your YRP is in position?
Oh my god, yeah. Look, I loved Yuna as a pop star. I loved Pain. She hits a lot of my points of I like a story.
Pain is best girl in that. Pain is best girl in that game.
Oh my god, Riku was also there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But oh my god.
Okay, you know how some people have you ever heard people bash on the voice actress for Vanille in Final Fantasy 13, that Vanille's voice is just absolutely the worst? Okay, I can't stand the voice of Riku, and point of order, the voice actress who does the voice of Riku is Tara Strong, who does the Powerpuff Girls, Harley Quinn, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Tara, I know you're not listening. Riku was terrible. I'm sorry. Nails on a fucking chalkboard. Never want to hear again.
Did you just say Riku was terrible?
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Tara Strong. Some of her voices are an acquired taste. Some of them are really, really good. Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony being an example. But Others, it's just like, okay, can we move away from this for just a little bit?
Yeah.
please?
I also just like as a teenage girl when Final Fantasy X-2 was out. Oh my god! Also, a teenage girl who was really into Sailor Moon. So
Yeah,
can
and the
imagine.
transformations were very Sailor Moon-esque.
Oh my god, I loved it, and like the whole thought of like dress spheres, and like also the like tragic romance between not Yuna, now I cannot remember her fucking name, and not Titus.
Oh, you don't know. You said Titus.
Am I not
You did.
allowed to? Cheated?
No,
I played
absolutely not.
10 and it was Titus.
It is Titus. His whole
We're getting into the whole Eris and Aerith thing. Okay,
Oh, okay, but that was in text. Even the Final Fantasy X Geek voice acting, it is Titus.
His whole thing is like his whole element theme is water.
Yeah.
Tide. Come on. I'm not calling him Titus. I won't do it.
I would call him
actually-
Titius. His tits are out a lot.
Oh boy.
He's got a little, it's like an open, he's showing. he throws that blitz ball a lot, so he's got some pecs. So he's like, gotta get him out. How do you think he impressed Yuna? Who's not with that laugh.
No, Brandon.
Oh.
It's
No. I wasn't trying to replicate it. That's just my normal
Okay.
laugh.
okay.
Unfortunately.
On that note, let's take this dumpster fire.
No,
It's not a bad episode. I've actually had a lot of fun.
It's a recycling bin fire.
Yes, it's a recycling bin fire. All in all, I'd say this episode has been very nice.
Hey, you didn't kill me for that one, so I figure if I survive.
Oh no!
I feel cheated if somebody was going to get to say nice. It should have been me.
Yeah, the episode title was decided before any of you even said nice. So
I hear I was trying to show restraint.
I have no shame.
Well, until episode 70, which I do think will be about a month from now, we'll do it post live letters, so we can talk a little bit about what we heard, and we'll have Brandon will have had more time in the occult croissant and or the cold croissant. And
today I wanted a croissant, so I went to buy a croissant. Sorry, that is a really stupid meme, but I fucking love it.
Until next time, Megan, where can people find you, and remind them where they can find your webtoon?
All right, I am Catmom Megan everywhere, even on Webtoon. That is my name. It's Catmom Megan, all one word. Megan is Meagan. You can find me mostly on Blue Sky and also on Instagram lately. I've been posting a lot of cat pictures. Also cat videos on my TikTok, which is also Catmom Megan. But my webtoon is called Sweet Mercy. It is a Victorian Gothic ghost story horror thing, kind of in the vein of like if Junji Ito did like Frankenstein or Dracula, kind of like that, like Victorian era spooky shit's happening, and also it's drawn in black and white and done with like cross hatching shading, and I'm really into it. So yeah, we're chapter 4 releasing tomorrow while we're recording this, probably already out after this goes up. And yeah, Sweet Mercy on Webtoon. I also post about it on Blue Sky whenever a new chapter goes up, so go check me out. Come in. Hope to see ya.
All right, Brandon, how about you?
You can find me at this Danish bakery just up the road because I want a croissant now. You can catch me on Blue Sky, Instagram, pretty much all the social networks. I am the BMAT, THEBMATT. You can read my mostly the D&D writing these days on yourquestlogisfull.wordpress.com. And you can catch me on the D&D podcast +5 to hit with these other two lovely folks. We just started a new campaign, so if you're looking for a time to jump on, this is it.
You.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm having a lot of fun. We're just a few episodes in at the time of recording this, and it's this one's very interesting because where with the last campaign, I was using a lot of source book material like Rime of the Frost Maiden. This one is me just kind of going places and coming up with crazy ideas. Like I'm not using any pre-made book or something. I've got ideas and we're going to see what the party does and kind of take it from there. It's been pretty cool. As for me, you can contact me by finding the show on Blue Sky at A Podcast Reborn, or you can email the show at apodcastreborn@gmail.com. We are part of Bonus Roll Productions, and the music that you hear at the beginning of the show is provided by Husky by the Geek. A link to his YouTube channel will be included in the show notes. Any Final Fantasy music that you hear that's derivative of that, it belongs to Square Enix, and no copyright infringement is intended. And that is going to do it for episode 69.
Nice.
For Megan, for Brandon, and of course for Butterscotch and Bonbon, this is Brian Black. Until next time, may your loot rolls be high, your glamour fantastic, and your duties always complete. Brandon.
What month is it, my friends?
June.
What happens in June?
Pride Month.
That's right. Why is a Pictomancer always dressed and ready for a Pride event?
Rainbows?
Because they've always got that rainbow drip.
Yeah! I get that reference!
Well done. Goodbye, everybody.